Good morning, students, and happy Thursday. Today is our last SGE advisory lesson for this week. Today, we're going to discuss how to have a successful interview. Knowing how to successfully interview is a critical life skill that you will need for your whole life. Right now in high school, an SGE that you apply to may require an interview. When you apply for your first job in high school, you will have an interview. Some scholarships, colleges, or other post-secondary pathways may require you to interview. When you get your first job in your career field, you will interview. I think you get the picture. Learning these skills now will give you an advantage later. First, let's watch a video to learn more. Please note this video was edited for time.
What's going on, fam, and welcome to another edition of the AO, and I'm here with my good friend Kimberly, and she is a recruiter for 20 years, and she's gonna help us, including yourself, land that dream job that you wanna get. Let's go. Yo, what's up, girl? How you doing? Look at the sale. Wow, I'm so sorry. This is nice. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute, Kim. Hello? Oh, what it do, man? Hey. Yeah. Hey, let me call you right back. I'm with Miss Kimberly here. Get on my interview. Yeah, I love you too. Yeah, I love you too. Bye, baby. Bye. Bye. Sorry about that, Kimberly.
Okay.
That's my baby. That's my baby.
Okay, I understand.
You?
Are you ready for the interview?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure. So we're going to start with our first question.
So as I'm traveling around the country, every teenager, and I really can't say everyone, but the majority of teens are asking me, hey, okay, so I have my resume, but how do I prepare? What do I need to do to prepare for the interview? So I did some research and did some digging, and I found the lady who's gonna help us. What's up, Kimberly? Welcome to the AO. Kimberly, how long have you been in the recruiting business?
I've been in the business probably for about 20 years. I actually started my career in recruiting back in 1997. Number 3, I would say probably you want to ask a question about the organization. So I'm gonna take that one down. So when I think about questions, this is an opportunity for you to learn a little bit about maybe a specific person in the organization, someone in leadership or that leads the company itself, whether it's the CEO, or learn a little bit more about what the company does, like what is their specific product, who do they sell to, those type things. So those are the type of things that you want to dig in on and learn how that's going to affect you doing your job.
In preparing, you also want to just not research, but you also want to bring a portfolio.
Yes.
So like when I hear portfolio, I think something else, but I think you're talking about something different though for a teenager or a college student. What do you mean by bring a portfolio?
When I think about bringing a portfolio, I just think about bringing things like your resume or whatever your work includes. So, but also that portfolio should include something for you to take down notes, because it's important that you're actually taking down information that you can follow up on, you know, to make follow-up questions, those type things. So that is what I mean by a portfolio, so that it can show that you're engaged in the interview process.
What are some key things that they need to be preparing for, practicing at home for the interview? Non-verbal communication.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
All right, so I think when you walk into the interview, the first thing that you should do is shake someone's hand, just to greet them for sure. I think that's important. Also, sometimes people look at the type of handshake. A lot of times people say the stronger your handshake is, the more secure you are as a person. It shows a sign of confidence, that you're not nervous or anything like that. So, you know, nonverbal communication, and we've already talked a little bit and spoke a little bit about eye contact. But just make sure that you're continuing to do that, because you could be like in the room with a number of people, so that you're making contact with everyone in the room. So that is some of the nonverbal communication, and shaking and nodding of the head as you go through, and you know, to show that you agree or you know you disagree. That's more of your nonverbal communication, but just different signs to show that you're engaged in the process opposed to disinterested in what's going on.
You know, practice saying hello, ma'am, hello, sir, no slang. What up, yo? Where it be? What's good? No, none of that. So Kimberly, we're saying no slang, but let's just be real. The manager there may be using some slang. Do you recommend, since they're doing it, a student does it too? Since the manager's doing it?
No, I think you always should present your professional self. That's important, that regardless of what they are doing, because they're already in the job. You haven't gotten the job yet.
That's
so,
right.
It's important that you stay your professional self and stay polished throughout the interviewing process.
Arrive early to the interview, or should they be there just right on time? Like, what do you recommend? I have like, my suggestion is always arrive 15 minutes early, because right on time to me in an interview, you're late.
Right.
As an interviewer, and you interview hundreds of people throughout the year, what do you recommend? What do you think is appropriate?
I think anything within 10 to 15 minutes early is good enough. Is acceptable for an organization, because I think that's enough time that's showing that you are definitely on time.
So we have a lot of great stuff here that Kimberly went through, and so what I want to do is I want to practice with Kimberly. Side note, I'm not dressed for an interview, all right? This is just a practice run. We're gonna show you how to dress, baby. Keep it live, let's go. Hey Kimberly, how are you, ma'am?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Anthony O'Neill.
Good to meet you, Anthony.
Good to meet you,
We're
ma'am.
gonna go this way.
This way? Okay,
Yes.
cool, no problem. Let me get that for you, Miss Kimberly.
Oh, thank you so
No
much.
problem.
Thanks.
Miss Kimberly, again, thank you so much for having me. I'm telling you, I'm so excited because it's been my dream to work here. So hopefully I can join the team and let's go. I'm ready.
Well, it's good to have you here, Anthony. I'm gonna get started with our first question of the day. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sounds good.
All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that video. I thought there were so many good points about what to do and what not to do. So let's just do a really quick review of what you need to do. So number one, show your professional self. It's always better to be overdressed than underdressed. And like they said in the video, make sure to not use any slang in your interview. Number two, be on time, which means comes 10 to 15 minutes early. Number three, carefully review the program and have 2 questions ready. For your SGE, you could go on the program website to learn more about the program and find something to ask questions about. Number 4, positive body energy. Now this is pre-COVID, of course, but a good handshake is important. You always want to have good eye contact and posture. You don't want to slouch and you don't want to look at the floor. And number 5, they didn't mention this specifically in the video, but turn your phone off and put it away. You want to give your full attention to the interview and not be texting or have alerts going off. Okay, now we know much of life is done through Zoom right now. In fact, many SGEs may want you to do an interview via Zoom this year. Many of the same principles apply, like dressing appropriately, being on time, having good posture and eye contact. But here are a few tips that are unique to Zoom. Number 1, make sure the interviewer can see your face on the screen. This is so important, students. They want to see you, not your ceiling fan or your wall. And number 2, eliminate any distractions. Go to a quiet place where you will not be disturbed and where there will not be background noise. Please turn off your cell phone and mute any notifications you may receive on your computer. You don't want your text alerts dinging the whole time that you're interviewing. Well, that wraps up our lesson for this week. Hopefully you feel much better prepared to interview now. See you next week.